You need to stop waiting for motivation. If you're new here, I'm excited to have you join us. Welcome on board. On this channel, we talk about all things cybersecurity careers, self-development, thriving as an immigrant, and several other exciting topics that are sure to help you become a better version of yourself. Hi there, my name is Tolulope Michael. I've been a cybersecurity expert now for close to a decade, and I've also helped a lot of people transition into cybersecurity. Today, we'll be discussing a very important topic that could completely transform the way you approach your dreams. You know, growing up, I would often find myself wondering how some of the biggest names we know around the world became that big. Have you ever wondered as well? Like, what did they have that set them apart and helped them achieve greatness? Now, as an adult, I've come to realize that one key attribute that great people have is discipline. And that brings me to the topic of this video, and it's simply stop waiting for motivation. Now, let's be real for a second. How many times today have you had a task to do and told yourself, I'll start when I feel more like it, or I'm not just in the mood yet? Did that sound all too familiar? Well, we've all been there, so don't feel too guilty just yet, okay? But here's the thing. If all the great people we know, if they were waiting to get motivated before getting started, we probably would not know about them today at all. From my own journey in cybersecurity to coaching countless professionals, I've discovered that the secret sauce to getting things done isn't waiting for motivation to strike. It's about taking action first and letting motivation catch up later. Let's say you've got big goals, whether it's advancing in your cybersecurity career, getting that next certification, or even just starting out in this field. Waiting for that magical spark of motivation to kick in is not how to get the result you want, because waiting for motivation is a trap. And today, I'm not just going to show you why, I'll also show you what you can do about it. So let's start with some data. Research from Harvard Business Review shows that motivation is often a byproduct of action, not the cause of it. Think about that for a moment. It means that sitting around waiting to feel motivated is like waiting for a train at an airport. It's just not going to happen. Action first, then motivation follows. That's how it works in the real world. This principle has been backed by numerous studies as well. For instance, a study published in the journal Health Psychology found that people who committed to small, consistent actions were more likely to feel motivated over time compared to those who relied on occasional bursts of inspiration. So how do you stop waiting for motivation and start taking action? Let me break it down for you with some practical steps, especially tailored for those of you in the cybersecurity field. You need to start by setting small goals. Big goals can be overwhelming and demotivating. So instead, break them down into tiny, manageable tasks. For example, if you want to become a certified ethical hacker, don't think about the entire certification processes all at once. Start with something small, like dedicating 30 minutes each day to study a specific module or topic. By breaking down the huge task of earning a certification into daily 30 minutes task, you are less likely to get overwhelmed or discouraged. The next step is to create a routine. Our brains love routines. When you establish a consistent schedule, your brain starts to recognize the pattern and it becomes easier to get into the flow. According to Charles Duhigg, I hope I got the pronunciation right, author of The Power of Habit, routines help us conserve mental energy and make our actions more automatic. What that means is that the more frequently you perform a task or carry out an activity, your brain takes note of this, and over time you become better, faster, and fewer mistakes when performing that task. And that is how you even gain mastery. Okay, so set a daily routine that includes time for learning and practice, and see how it changes everything. Now let's talk about step 3, accountability. Having someone to hold you accountable can make a huge difference in how much you eventually achieve. This could be a friend, family member, or even a professional coach. Studies have found that having an accountability partner can increase your chances of success up to 65%. What you basically need to do is to share your goals with someone who will check in with you and keep you on track. It's really amazing how knowing someone else is watching can give you the exact extra push that you need. Then, another great great way I believe you can become more accountable, especially with studying, is by joining a study group or finding a mentor in the cybersecurity community. I will use my program as an example. Once you sign up as a student, we assign a success manager to you. Your manager is responsible for checking in with you regularly to ensure you're completing your modules, attending classes, and performing your assigned tasks. We decided to put this in place because we understand that not everyone can self-motivate or even persistently remain motivated. So if you're like that too, get an accountability partner and you'll be glad you did. Trust me on that. Moving on to step number 4, you need to celebrate small wins. Don't wait until you've reached your final goal to celebrate. See, that win you think is insignificant or small, recognize it and reward your progress. Okay? Studies have shown that dopamine, the feel-good hormone, is released when we achieve something, no matter how small it is. The positive reinforcement you get from celebrating your small wins can build momentum and keep you moving forward till you achieve your bigger goal. Even after saying all that, you might still want to ask, okay, Tolu, what if I still don't feel like it? Well, that's okay. You are bound to feel that way at some point, because the truth is, motivation is fleeting. It comes and it goes. One moment you're ready to take on the world, and the next you are not so sure. The alternative that works, however, is discipline. Discipline, my friend, is what will carry you through. James Clear, in his book Atomic Habits, talks about the importance of showing up even when you don't feel like it. Consistency is key. Before I go, I will share a quick personal story from when I started my own career. When I was starting in cybersecurity, as much as there was a lot for me to learn and get good at very quickly, I had something that served as a constant push for me. I had been working multiple low-paying jobs that were not even covering my bills. So I knew the only option I had was to put my head down and learn. And that was exactly what I did. Any free time I had, I spent studying, because I knew this career path was the only opportunity available for me at the time to break free. So I said that to say this: find your why. Why do you need to achieve this goal in front of you? What do you stand to achieve when you eventually reach this goal? Questions like this will help you put things in perspective better. So even on days you're low on motivation, you will push yourself and remain focused. So while motivation is great, self-discipline is a more reliable skill that you should be looking to develop over time. That being said, let's do a quick recap. I said, number 1, set small goals. Number 2, create a routine. Number 3, be accountable. Number 4, celebrate small wins. And remember, stop waiting for motivation and start taking action. And before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final thought. Motivation is like the weather. It's unpredictable and out of our control. But taking action is like building a shelter. You can create it, you can rely on it, and it will protect you on days you can't find motivation. I hope you find this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Also, drop a comment below and let me know what small goal you're going to start with today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.